Hey guys, it's Morgan coming back to you with another weekly Shlog here from Highland Cycles in Montrose, Colorado. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel because we do all kinds of cool dirt bike stuff, and you were obviously led here by some YouTube algorithm that thought that you liked dirt bikes. So yeah, this is our little shop vlog where we show you all kinds of cool dirt bike stuff. For instance, we're splitting the cases on a KX85 today. We're going to show you guys that and crank and all that good stuff. So if that sounds like fun, here we go. All right, like I said before, this is a KX85. The crank does this, which they're not supposed to do. So, pretty sure this thing just got held wide open in one gear. This kid is new to dirt bikes and very new to two-strokes, and I think he just did not know. So it's a bummer, but we're gonna fix it. So that's what we do. We got a brand new Wrench Rabbit kit, or actually now it's Vertex. I think Wrench Rabbit's gone. Vertex now, I mean, it's the same company. They just don't brand it Wrench Rabbit. So we got a Vertex engine kit and a brand new cylinder works cylinder, and yeah, we're gonna build a sweet new little 85 today. That's gonna be awesome. I gotta split the cases, take the clutch cover off. I'll show you guys here and there. I'm not gonna go super in depth into it, but one thing we're gonna do is fire up the Ultrasonic because this motor is dirty and we want it to go back together real clean. So I'll get that thing fired up and then yeah, start taking this thing apart. All right, guys, got the clutch cover off, clutch off, main gear off. This is pretty much all you have to take out. I actually am going to pull the shift shaft out of here because that makes it easier usually to get the cases apart. So we'll pull that out and then we should be good to go. One thing to know about small KXs, and well, actually I think big KXs too, the two-strokes, is that the stupid main seal is on the back side of these little bosses that they put in the case, and it makes it so that if you lose a main seal and that's all that you lose, you have to split the cases to replace it. It's really annoying, but fortunately we're doing all of it anyway, so it's no big deal. But yeah, that sucks. I hate that about these things. So now we're gonna flop this thing over, and like I said, we'll pull this off, then we'll flop this thing over and get all the bolts off the left side, and then we should be able to split the cases. Oh. Oh boy, that's unfortunate. I thought I drained that. I did drain that. Maybe I didn't drain it. All right, guys, got all the bolts out of the left side. We got the collar off the counter shaft and the seals out of everything. Now already split the cases. I have case splitters, and that's definitely the right way to do it. And probably it's the way I'm going to end up having to do it. But I'm going to attempt to smash the thing apart because we're not saving this crankshaft. The end of this crankshaft means nothing to me. It is dead to me already, so I can beat on it with a big metal hammer. Because sometimes, and you'll know really quickly, this makes it go way faster. And as a mechanic who actually does this for a living and not just for fun, there is a lot of benefit to going faster rather than slower. So just going to hold it over here, give it a quick tap. Sounded like, and real easy on the tranny with the rubber one. And I'll show you why you don't do this if you're saving the crankshaft. Obviously, you got to be super careful not to hit the cases. So this is not the beginner's version of case splitting, because if you smack the cases and break them or whatever, don't blame me. I didn't do it. Oh, here's something, guys. This little O-ring right there will hold you up. So you got to get that off. Should have a new one in the kit. Boom. There we go. Cases apart. All right, now we're going to try to tap this out of this side. Yep, it's coming. There we go. And that one came out with the bearing on it, so it saves me that trouble. So you can see, guys, it totally ruins the end by hitting on it. So obviously don't do that if you need to save the crank or you're sending it out to get rebuilt or whatever. We got a brand new crank for this, so should be good. Now I'm going to pop these seals out of here, and I'm going to dunk both these sides into the Ultrasonic and get them really, really clean. I'm going to see. Let's get this bearing out of here. Get our wood block here, guys, so we can go grab a socket that's about the right size. I'm just this one's going to take more force because you got to get the bearing out with it. There we go. Everything looks really good in here, just dirty. So yeah, I'm going to go put these in the Ultrasonic, get them all cleaned up, and then we'll be back to start reinstalling. All right, guys, got everything all cleaned up and super happy. Everything's looking good. I've got a thin film of 1184, 3-bond 1184, aka Yamabond or Honda Bond on there. Got our seals and bearings pressed in. Now we're going to take our crankshaft, drop it into this side. Nice and easy here. Then we're going to take this over to that press, and we're going to push this down nice and easy. We're going to put a big socket over here, come right in on the middle of it. We're going to go super, super easy, and it'll be pushing on the pin as well as the web out here. Go real easy, and it'll just go in there, nice and simple. Like if it gets tight, you're in trouble because you don't want to bend this web this way. So, but it won't. It's going to go right in, and then we're going to take this case half, come over and drop it down on top, and then we'll put bolts in it, and we'll start putting this whole thing back together. All right, guys, got the right side almost all back together here. Got everything cleaned up, clutch back in. One thing I just want to show you guys here. First of all, nuts on the ends of crankshafts are almost always left-hand threaded. So make sure if you're blasting that off with a gun to go, righty-loosey and lefty-tighty. 9 times out of 10, I'm sure there's some that aren't. But other thing you want to check, guys, before you put everything back together, make sure you can move this nice and easy on these KXs. That is a plastic gear right there, so you want to make sure that lines up good as you put it down on there and don't chew up those gears. And these do seem to hold up pretty good. I really wish they weren't. This is the water pump gear. I really wish it was aluminum, but it's not. This one's in great shape, so we should be good to go. So now I got to clean that cover up really well, put that back on there, and then we're going to go ahead and slap the top end on it before I put it back in the frame, and that'll be probably the next thing you see is me putting the top end on. All right, guys, so this is the old cylinder. I'm going to take the power valve and stuff out of here, but I just want to show you a tool spotlight. This is the new set of Nipex pliers I've got, and these things are absolutely freaking awesome. So obviously you got that clampy, you've got roundy clampy. Anyway, and then you've got jaws, you can position it. These things are so freaking cool. And they're perfect for taking dowels out of stuff. So, because you reach out, like I said, it's got that kind of curved opening there, and you can just wiggle that out. So awesome, guys. I know I get excited about little things, but that is rad. You can buy these from anywhere that sells Nipex. Probably buy them on Amazon. I don't know. They're awesome. So super, super cool. All right, now I'm going to take all the stuff off of this and put it into the new cylinder. We got a brand new cylinder work cylinder, and yeah, I'll be right back when it's all built. All right, guys, time to fire this sucker up. Got oil in it, got coolant in it. Carburetor was good. It was running just fine before it didn't. So it should be fine. Check the gas, guys, because while I would love to believe that no one would put straight gas into a two-stroke, it does happen. This was not straight gas. It was all good. Definitely has oil in it, so we're good. But I always check that stuff because you just never know. You'd hate to blow it right back up again. So that's good. I'm going to pull the choke, and we'll see. Oh, wait. Haha. Going to put the Kickstarter back on it. Seems like it might be a little lean. Sounds like it might be a little lean, so let's check the air screw. It's out a little ways far, almost 2 out. We'll go about 3/4. All right, I like it. Plenty of smoke. I think I am going to check the jetting on that carburetor though, because it seems like it might be a little on the lean side, which doesn't help with the crank blowing up. But I do know the kid that had this before this gentleman, and he never had a problem with it. But just seems like it could be better. All right, so it's a 132. We're going to go up to 135. All right, got it all buttoned up. Let's see if it's a little bit better with that richer main. Yeah, that's better. I usually don't worry about idle too terribly much on two strokes. I mean, even my fuel injected one, I mean, it does idle. As long as it doesn't drop immediately out, I'm usually pretty happy. But on a mini bike like this, I like to make sure they idle well because kids are learning, they're getting used to the whole thing, so it's just easier. So pretty happy with that, guys. Turned out good. Fresh new motor for him. I want to make sure I let him know how to break it in and do a good job with that, because it is, since it's all brand new, new bearings, new everything, we're going to want to take really good care of it. I mean, you heard me revving it, but not holding it wide open. So, and my quick thing on how I break in a new motor like this, with it has new crank, new bearing, new everything in it. I like to get the thing all the way up to temperature 3 times, and that's okay if it's riding. Just not like extended long, throttle openings, and no, just beating on it. Just kind of ride around, take it easy on it. Maybe not too much, just clutch and just cruise around on the thing. Get it all the way up to temperature, shut it off, let it cool all the way down. Do that 3 times. After that, man, let it rip. Because I stand behind our work, and I stand behind these parts. If they're if we have a part fail, then I'll deal with the company myself. That's why a lot of people pay us to do things and not do it themselves, is because they know that I can lean on the companies that make these parts and say, hey, you know, this thing is junk or this failed or whatever, because not only do I buy it from them and I spend a lot of money with them, also they know I'm a good mechanic. They know I'm a shop. They know I'm a reputable shop. So anyway, it's all ready to rock and roll. We'll get on to the next job. All right, guys, next on the lift is this 150SX. I think this was on an earlier Shlog. Doing a top end. We got a nice new Vertex piston. I wanted to show you guys, I can't remember if I showed you before, the power valve setup on these is pretty cool. So it's really easy to deal with. You've got this bar here. I forgot I put it all together, but this actuates the power valve, and it's really nice because you can take it all off, completely assembled, take it all off, put it all on, and not have to hook anything up like on the bigger bikes. Basically, this is a horseshoe thing in here, and as it rotates this way, it opens the flapper and opens the two side ports too. It's really, honestly, a very nice way to do it. It's kind of easy to screw up putting on if you're not paying attention or you don't know any better, because you can get the little piece that goes up in here off, and you can have it off and bind it up, and it's not the end of the world, but you do have to take it all, pick the top end back off. So anyway, this works pretty well. I like it a lot. So we're gonna install this thing and then we'll fire it up and see how she runs. All right, guys, fire it right up. Running pretty good. Still got to clean and lube or oil that air filter. Checked, made sure the coolant's moving around. It's moving great. Bike sounds really good. Motor sounds really nice and quiet, which I like a lot. So super happy with how that turned out. Super simple deal, guys. We sent the cylinder Millennium Technologies. I'm a big fan of Millennium Technologies. There's not a whole lot of people that do replating for cylinders. Millennium's one, US Chrome is one, I think Landcourt maybe. I don't know if LA Sleeve does plating. You guys can comment below who your favorite is. I've had really, really good luck with Millennium, so I'm gonna finish this thing up and we'll get on to the next job. And oh, by the way, make sure you guys subscribe because there's a whole video series on that XR happening right now. Getting it ready to go pre-run the Baja 1000. So a lot of cool stuff going on with that bike. I love that motorcycle. So let's get to the next job. All right, guys, we got a weird one over here. Richie's working on the, what is this thing? Oh, 05 Husky 250. This is an Italian, a Cagiva Husqvarna. And like, the valve, we're adjusting the valves because the intakes are super tight. But this was just like that. Anybody know what that's for? There's no way that it's supposed to look like, because it's like weirdly shaped and stuff. It's got this weird oil crossover that's a pain in the butt to get out, so we're struggling with that. And it looks like, here's the valve cover. Oh, I know what it's for. It's for keeping the oil from going out that breather. So that's why it's there. But it definitely probably shouldn't be like breather somewhere else. Like that. Yeah, could have. And there's no way that it's supposed to do that. So we'll deal with that. Probably just take it out because I don't know what else to do with it. That's why there's a bolt though on this. I bet there was a washer or something in that bolt. Anyway, so that's awesome. I haven't ever seen that before. It's got a manual, manual decompression. That's pretty normal for that era of bike. Although by 05, Yamaha had figured out how to put the auto decompression on there without any problem. Yeah, if you guys have worked on one of these, comment below. I'm not a fan, to be honest. Yeah, these things are not that rad. And they're really hard to get parts for nowadays.
Look how tiny this power cable is.
Oh yeah. So that's good. So that's awesome. I'm going back over here. We're doing some TBT revalving on this 18 Husqvarna TE. Yeah, TE 300. Already got the shock done, getting ready to do the forks, the XPlor forks. We're going to do our one side setup where we revalve the mid valve on the one side, add adjustable base valves, and then yeah, make it really rad. All right guys, so the next job on my lift is actually at this computer. I know I don't show this in the videos very often, and I don't know, you guys let me know if you want to know about this or not in the future, or like kind of what I do as far as the whole YouTube thing, because it is part of what I do for a living. We got all these bikes over here to work on, but I am in here early. It's, I don't know, it's early in the morning on Friday after a Thursday night ride. So I need to upload some stuff to the computer from the ride last night so that I can then edit. And I also need to edit my first build video for the XR650 in our series of getting ready for Baja. So yeah, this is what I do, guys. I work on bikes during the day, and then I edit all the other times of the day. It's a heck of a thing. I don't know if I've ever explained all my stuff, what I have here that I use, but let's do that today. So I'm a Mac guy. I run an iMac. It's a, I don't know which version it is. It's a few years old. I like Macs because they don't really ever change. They don't slow down. They just keep working. So I use a Mac. And then I use, people ask me, Final Cut Pro is what I use for editing. I also use it to make graphics for content on Instagram and things like that, just pictures, because it's easier for me. Like I don't do Photoshop, so I just put a photo in here, and then I put all the stuff on it, and then I can save that as a photo and send it to my phone. But yeah, let's go over what we do here. Camera that I use most of the time is a GoPro 11 Mini, because I like it on the front of my helmet. It's light and it's small, and then I can run my external battery to the back of my helmet and it will last 6 hours or whatever, so it does a long time. If you guys care, I run a 256 gigabyte Gigastone from I think maybe it's Gigastone, I don't know, micro SD, whatever. It's a fast one and it holds a ton. It'll do 7 hours at 60 frames a second, 4K, so pretty good. In my big camera that I'm filming this on, I use the big 128 gig Gigastones. And so that's now uploading, guys. And to keep track of what I need to do, because I'll upload a bunch of info, you know, raw footage to the computer, and like it's hard for me to remember what videos I need to edit, so I got to write them down. So we're gonna do, just write down what I just called it, TNR 10/5/23. So that's one video. The other video that this is like videos I need to edit. So I'll write edit at top, and then the other one is my Baja prep number 1. And while that is uploading, I'm going to start working on the Baja prep. So find out. I'll try to get this thing edited before we open up for the day. Then I can hit render. I'll show you what that looks like, because I do need a faster computer. I would like a faster computer. I don't need one. This one seems to work just fine. But the problem is, if you guys don't know, when you're editing a video, you edit down here in this, you build a storyline down here in the bottom, and this is your edit. You know, this is what ends up being the whole video, and you're dragging and dropping and all that stuff. The problem is it has to turn it into a whole new file. And when you do that, the computer then does its real work, right? So hang on. So when it does it's called rendering it into a new file, it takes a long time on this computer. In the grand scheme, it's not a long time, because I've had older computers and they were even slower. This computer originally was slower. I put more RAM and more memory in it, so it's faster now. But yeah, it's the time suck. So I try to get edited, and then I'll let it run while I do other things or run an errand or whatever, and then come back to it. So I'm gonna edit it, and I'll show you kind of what that looks like when I do that. All right, guys, I just got through that first section. Started off at like 627 or whatever I said it was. Now it's down to 501. So we yanked a whole almost minute and 30 seconds out of it. I could probably go back and get it down to 5 easy. I might actually do that later. And like one thing I just want to share with you guys, one way that I edit is I look at the sound wave down here, and if it's blank, a lot of time, unless I'm showing something, a lot of times I'll just back that up because we don't need dead air. You can go through here, you can see dead air sections, so I'll probably actually come in here and clip those. I'll show you how that works. You go set it to the blade, you can go like that, like that, like that, and then we delete, delete. What? Oh yeah, there's the other one. Delete. So right there, that almost took a second out right there. So there's, oh, see that big then? So we can get that out. And it's like little things like this, guys, that at least for me make a difference in video quality. I get tired of when I watch other people's stuff, I get tired of dead space. That's when people click off of videos, right? So we're gonna go through, do some more editing, get this done. And all right, guys, I got it all edited up. I'm not gonna, whatever. Big timeline, everything good, ready to go. Now we're just gonna come up here and hit that, and we're gonna go export file. I've got all those settings already done. Next, make sure it's gonna save it to the right place. I'm gonna go save. And now it's gonna render, and it's gonna take a while because it's also importing media. You can see the status, that's my import from the ride last night, and then the sharing will happen in a little bit. So, but perfect timing because Michael's here, time to push bikes out and get to real work. They keep the doors open here. So gonna get after that, and then like I said, we'll get on to the next job. All right, guys, next job is some more revalving, TBT stuff. And this one's an interesting one. We did the valving for a guy. It's an XPlor fork. And we did our normal setup with just revalving the one mid valve, leaving the other, the compression side, the left side, the way it was, but then adding adjustable base valves, these, and changing all that shims and everything like that. He was pretty happy with it, but not super happy. He's like, man, I like it, but it's definitely better, but man, I just want a little more control. I don't feel like I totally have enough control over the suspension. So what we are doing is we are adding the dual damping kit from Solid Performance. So the kit is this. We are going to do our proprietary valving, but this is the stock thing. It's a kind of a high-speed compression situation. You can see it's just got holes there, and then there's a needle in there that you adjust with this rod. It slows it down or speeds it up, but it doesn't really have much control. So we're going to add a piston with valves and a better adjuster and all that stuff. The other thing you have to do is you have to add a different perch here so that this all works, because this one's got holes in it to let it bleed off. So this all comes in the kit. So yeah, we're going to do that, get it all valved up and get it back to him. I think he's going to be really happy. I have been super happy with mine the other way, but I also don't ride the bike that hard. Also, it's a 300. This is a 500. So, there's a big difference in weight of the bikes. So yeah, I think he's gonna be super happy. We'll get this all done and get it out to him. That's the kind of thing we do, guys, with the TBT stuff. Is it's not just some big huge company that does just one size fits all. Like, we actually contact our customers, we talk to them about how it's doing and see what we can do to make it the best. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and I'll bring in if there's anything super interesting with this. Otherwise we'll get on to the next job. All right, guys, it's getting near the end of the week. It's actually Saturday here. I've actually got two of my bikes on lifts because we finished a whole bunch of work this week and we're waiting on some parts. Still plenty of work to do. but I figured I'd take a little time to do some work on my bikes. XR, obviously getting ready for Baja, and then the 23XC, I just finished shooting the year-in review of this thing, and I've had it for almost a year now. It's really close to a year. I got 161.8 hours on it, and I just shot a whole video talking about all the things that I like, all the things I don't like, parts I like, anyway, all that good stuff. So just cleaned it off. I got a few things to add to it right now and some things to do to it. I will be filming that, showing you guys kind of what I do at the end of a long year of beating. But I want to finish this Shlog up with a little bit of mail time. Hang on. All right, guys. So the guys at Hondo Garage and I are working together on this one. I'm really excited. I don't normally carry a phone or anything on my bike. I have a little dashboard for a Garmin GPS on my 18300. I don't even use that very often. I usually just keep things in my pockets, phones in my pockets. But for the Baja 1000, for pre-running, we're going to be using the Lead Nav app that's on your phone to follow the course and know where the virtual checkpoints are. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of information that Score puts on there. We'll actually be using it during the race too, but I want to have my phone in front of me pre-running so I can really pay attention to everything. So I was looking for a mount. I called the guys at Wolf Enduro. Luke, thank you so much for getting back to me. And I asked them what to go with because they do that stuff a lot. One second. So yeah, got a hold of Luke. Luke, I said, they run phones on their bars a lot for navigating and stuff like that. So I asked him, I said, dude, what's the best thing? And he's like, Hondo Garage. Reached out to those guys. So I did. And I got this. I'm really excited, guys. These guys are from Belgrade, Montana. And the thing that is awesome, right there, made in the USA. Really stoked about that. All right, so here it is. This is the Moto bundle with the perfect squeeze. Show you guys what we got here. I'm gonna rip it out of its home. Really stoked because there's lots of things that look like this, but very few that are nice like this. It is all aluminum, like super nice high-end aluminum. It's like designed and made in Bozeman. Shipped from Belgrade, but I guess the company's in Bozeman. And I'm guessing, yeah, so that's tightening it. And you can put your phone, let me grab my phone. So yeah, it squeezes that way. And then here is the part that clamps to your bar. Right, and so it's, again, it's all like nice billet aluminum. And you can take this and you can mount it however you want. So you can go this way so that it's on your bars like that across. Or I believe you can mount it, yeah, you can mount it, so you can move these and mount it this way so that it's on your bars like that. So it's up like this on your bars. Anyway, I know I'm not doing a great job. Let's go mount this thing. Also, they sent me this super cool thing, and this is to help with vibration. So let's go over to the bike. We're gonna put this on the XR right now. All right, guys, there is the anti-vibe setup. So let me put my phone in there, show you what that looks like. There we go. So there's that. I think, I don't know. I like it better up against the thing, and I think I like it better upright like that because, well, I'm just used to seeing my phone like that. That's how I'm used to seeing it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up down low without the anti-vibe thing for now. Let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and put Loctite on all the bolts. Excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and put stuck nuts on all the bolts and get that dialed in, and then we'll see what that looks like. I think that's probably how I'm going to run it. I think the phone will be fine without the anti-vibe. Who knows, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to take it to Mexico for sure. But I think I'm going to set it up originally without that, just in case. So let me get this set up and show you what the final, I think my final decision is. I think I like it. I like that a lot. You know, like I said, I'm not used to running a phone up here. Definitely a little bit nerve-wracking, but Yeah, I'll get used to it. I think that is awesome. That is super cool. Guys, HondoGarage.com, I think. Let me see. Let me check them out. Yeah, it is HondoGarage.com. It'll be right up here on the screen. Also, hopefully I'll remember to put a link in the description. Yeah, really, really cool. Super cool. And I'm definitely going to take that anti-vibe thing with me in case I have any issues down in Mexico. I think it'll be okay. I don't know. Who knows exactly what's going to happen down there. But either way, I'm using their mount. The thing is super burly, really, really sturdy. Really, really happy with that. So, guys, that's the end of the week, the end of the Shlog. I got to get after some more work on this thing. We got the Blast and Brap coming up tomorrow, which is our first annual. We're going to shoot shotguns at the house, do some skeet shooting or trap shooting, and then we're going to head out for a ride from the house, and then we're going to have a barbecue. So stay tuned. Should be a video about that, and who knows, maybe we'll do it again next year and invite everybody. So I love you guys. I hope you get out and spread the gospel two wheels, and I desperately hope that what we're doing here is inspiring you guys to work on, but way more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes!